So, because of all the Stephen King influence in this game, I was thinking it'd be really funny if this ended up being a playthrough that ended on part 19, like my playthroughs tended to do back in the day. It didn't happen. It almost
Yeah, but
did.
it actually fits our, release schedule, so much appreciated there.
Yeah, but 19, man, it's 19.
Yeah, it's a awkward
Yeah.
ass number.
I'm the only one who gets that reference. I'm the
Yep.
only one who's read The Dark Tower.
Yep.
Yes.
Ugh. You guys have no souls.
Yeah, I'm glad. Wow, it took 9 years for you to notice.
No, I noticed it several times. I've said it several times.
I didn't want to be rude. Take that. I'm person I'm sure is a demon.
Well, it's a walking massive shadow, so I'm pretty sure it's not an angel.
Shadow that bleeds.
I mean, it could possibly be an angel in the Neon Genesis Evangelion sense, but, that's also not a very good kind of angel.
Well, if it's a Japanese property, it's almost never a good kind of angel.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, they have a complicated history with Christianity, so they have every right, but still.
They just don't like religion in general.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, jeez. Well, their pop culture doesn't, anyway. Hey, we're back here again. I have totally lost my bearings.
And you said there's no... Is it easy to, like, find yourself backtracking by accident in this area? In this dungeon, I should say?
Yeah, but it's also not very large, so, Who put that massive hole in the middle of the hallway? And why have they been allowed to live?
Well, they probably are dead now, because, it's Silent Hill, but...
I was kind of talking about the game designers there.
Oh, okay. Well, if it makes you feel better, they're probably not working at Konami anymore, so,
It would be a more fitting punishment if they still were.
I don't know if I'd go that far on them, though.
Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Just,
Well, maybe if I was in a bad mood, but...
Yeah, man. Like, Konami's kinda gotten a little better. Like, sorta.
Well, they kind of had nowhere to go but up.
No, I don't know, man. You got a rock bottom, and if you got a jackhammer, then you can keep digging deeper.
I suppose.
Like, I mean,
But,
granted, you could say that Sonic 06 was Sonic hitting rock bottom, and he had plenty
Yeah.
of bad games after that.
Yeah.
But were they as bad?
Well, some people say that Secret Rings is worse than 06, so yeah.
That's subjective. I mean, it really
A little
depends.
subjective, but they both came out at roughly the same time, so... And Secret Ring started as an 06 port, so...
Oh, yeah. This is the flashback with the infamously bad voice acting.
Why is everyone see-through?
That is why the sea lies dormant. It's like they couldn't, like they were just short one English-speaking voice actor, so they wound up getting the coffee guy from Konami Japan to sit a session in the booth.
That wasn't our agreement.
So yeah, this is the scene that's supposed to semi-explain what's up with Cheryl and Alessa.
They tore half her soul out and now is just wandering around.
Is that actually what happened?
Sort of.
Okay.
Like most horror, it kind of doesn't make much sense once you actually think about it.
Well, yeah, but, that's where your suspension of disbelief is supposed to kick in.
Okay then, Ed Wood.
We'll use a magical spell. Well, if you hadn't said magical, I might have thought you were talking about like a spelling bee or something.
Or scientific spell.
It's a good thing you added that clarifier.
That's the kind of line that I'm that I would associate with like the Zelda CDI or something like that. Like Link, I'll use my magical spell to send you to Korodai.
Anyway, the Disc of Ouroboros. Huh.
Ouroboros.
So yeah, we have the 5 Millennium items here, and we need to fit them into the tablet of memories. You see, it's the Yu-Gi-Oh joke that I denied you last part. I made it.
But I'm feeling grateful today.
You know, Yugi, I always thought kind of got the worst superpower from all of the items. Like, I mean, yeah, it lets a questionably evil, depending on what version we're on, a spirit possess him. Whereas the other people can like see through walls and like live really long and all that other crap.
Yugi just gets really brave and clever.
Yeah, in the context of the world he's in, it lets him win every game, and that's what's most important.
Well, Pegasus's power is better at letting him win games because he can see the other side of the cards.
Yeah, but only in Duel Monsters. Yu-Gi-Oh! Ganon Band. Yugi can win any game.
The only other game he plays is Dungeon Dice Monsters, John.
No, you're thinking of the anime. I'm talking about the manga. He plays a lot of games in the manga.
Could he win Mario Kart?
I'm pretty sure if there was a chapter based on Mario Kart, he would win. Blue shells for days, but then he keeps throwing them in first place.
Yeah, you see, it's like, all right, Yugi, you might think you've won, but I've got this. Oh my, what's that? The blue shell. It'll instantly target anyone in first place. Oh no, Yugi, how can he get a...
How could he get that at such a crucial time?
Blue Eye Shell Dragon.
Trust in the heart of the Wii
of
Wheel.
The cars, Yugi.
The heart of the cars.
The super horn, right at the perfect timing, too. Nobody summoned that item before. Impossible.
God damn it.
Heart of the Cars. I guess he yells Subaru when he transforms.
No, Mercedes.
Yeah, the
because-
Mercedes.
Mercedes or Toyota. It has to be a Japanese brand, so.
See, maybe Mommy has been.
Oh God.
That's gonna linger, actually.
Have you seen the Pro ZD Tic-Tac-Toe anime skit?
Or the Uno one.
Maybe I have.
He blocked him. Impossible. I'll be the one making it to nationals.
Containing the power to create.
So, this is the scene, like, directly before Dahlia takes Alessa and performs the ritual. So, that was about how young Alessa was when the house burned down, and, well, she was reduced to a really, really painful, massive burn wounds, and... Yeah.
So did Dahlia have Alessa to perform this cult thing, or did she go crazy after having
It's
her?
a little ambiguous on that point, but I think the reason that she was chosen was because of her telekinetic powers. There was another girl with similar powers who was a friend of hers as a child, but we won't meet her until Silent Hill 3.
Oh, okay.
In any case, here we are at last. How did you get here first?
Because I can.
Now, Metatron is misspelled in the subtitles and mispronounced in a completely different way in the voice acting.
That's like a double whammy.
I think it's like Metatron when she says it.
Give it up, Megatron.
You see, a lot of Japanese stuff, when they try to do a lot of Christian symbolism, pull a lot of stuff that's not really technically in Christianity, or at least the Christianity
they totally reach for the fucking New Testament expanded universe. So
yeah, but they like pull a whole bunch of like stuff from. It's like they're clearly taking shots at Christianity, but they'll pull figures from like Judaism and all sorts of stuff.
The
and it's like-
Apocrypha, the Kabbalah, all that
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
yeah,
The baklava, yeah.
the baklava.
In any case, what we're seeing is Alessa's sort of spectral form, or the body she merged Cheryl's with, and her actual body, which is a mummified mess, as you can see, which is why I was so confused about how lightly toasted Alessa was in the FMV at the start. She really should be in worse shape than that. Her skin never healed back.
I mean, I guess they might not have wanted to show it in that much detail. I mean,
Well, then they
granted,
probably shouldn't have shown this random scene of Alessa getting out of her bed then. Although it did lead to a wonderful joke in the Good Ending Plus post-credits scene. In any case, yeah, remember when I said Silent Hill's animation isn't up there with Resident Evil? This is like the perfect example of why. Because we just have this scene of incredibly static camera angles and people talking at each other, standing at each other and not even vaguely gesturing or emoting in any sense or other.
it basically is like you can make the argument that like anime floating heads could be more expressive because at least those change shape expression every once in a while.
It's just, Resident Evil was wonderful about making its cutscenes lively. Even as far back as Resident Evil 1, the characters were at least gesturing while they talked, And that game had static camera angles, so it would actually be less work for Silent Hill to achieve the same. But it only does it in very sporadic instances during the cutscenes, like this one, where Dahlia is praising the sun. And the sun praised her back.
Really weird that I just think well, it wants to say thank you. But I just realized that, yeah, in Resident Evil 1, the camera doesn't really move at all, does it?
No.
Like,
Well,
not
the
in a
whole point.
dynamic way.
It does cut between angles a lot.
Yeah,
though.
it shifts between renders, but it never, like, pans or zooms.
It probably would have messed up the pre-rendered backgrounds if they tried to do that.
Okay, we summoned this goddess, and Kaufman just shows up and stealth shoots it out of nowhere.
Well, that's anticlimactic.
Take that,
Oh
God.
no, I think he shot Dahlia. I'm not sure. Which one did he shoot? Did he shoot both? In any case, if you didn't save Kaufman, you get the bad ending in which you have to actually shoot the glowing version of Alessa/Cheryl. If you did save Kaufman... Yeah, I was pronouncing it right all along. Aglophidus. Well, I was saying Aglophagus, but Aglophidus.
Sarcophagus is some kind of dinosaur. You got Dino Crisis on the mind.
I think you're thinking of
So
Dilophogus.
do you have another boss? Do you have a different boss fight if you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, functionally speaking, they're more or less the same, but it's a different boss in spirit. Slow
I
motion
missed.
cherry syrup throw.
I'm lucky I was a pitcher in my youth. It misses just to the right and splatters along the
I
ground.
wish you'd edit in the Seinfeld clips of everyone looking at the thrown projectile.
And that hits her smack in the head.
Ouch.
Yikes.
Well, she's rubbing her shoulder, though. Okay, never mind.
So yeah, it suppresses the magic, repels the evil, and forces the demon possessing Alessa to exit via front entrance.
Okay, now is that the substance inside the jar or the shredded glass as a result from the jar hitting her in the face?
The power of a jar
Ow, that
compels you.
hurt!
The power of a jar compels you.
Man, you jerk! I was trying to take over someone's body.
Kavanaugh, you just hit a woman in the face with a glass
Oh.
bottle.
Wait, I thought she spit it up through her mouth, but it actually comes out of her spine. Okay, I was thinking
gross.
of
That's
Silent
not where
Hill
the
3
baby's
there.
supposed to come out, Harry.
It's a C-section? Question mark?
Or a B section coming from the back.
Anyway, yeah, the design of this boss is based on Baphomet, who you might think is a demon, but it actually originates as like a pagan fertility god or something. You see mention of it in paganism quite a bit at the time if you
Also, what is
delve
this
into
music?
researching that.
It suddenly got really industrial in here.
Yeah, his washing machines went crazy.
Oh, that chapter's boring. Let's turn the page to the end.
I actually died and had to restart. So I jumped straight to the death.
God, Storm Eagle was like 9 years ago? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I kind of lost. That's what you heard. In any case, yeah, so that was a long part because, well, this guy takes a long time to fight whether you win or lose. So I wasn't going to leave the whole attempt in. Oh, damn. Ugh. I kind of ran into the metal bars in the middle there because I couldn't see them because it's kind of dark in here.
This is quite the jump, though, in terms of enemies you face throughout the whole game.
Anyway, the method for beating this boss is actually fairly simple, and I'm screwing it up right now, but,
Is it
yeah.
shooting it?
It's a good thing I'm electric proof.
Okay, you see the lightning bolts where it seems to home in directly on you? Once it starts to shoot the lightning, you need to run in a wide circle and not walk into the fence. That fence was put there just to fuck with you, I'm sure. You need to.
I feel like I'm an incredibly morbid Three Stooges sketch, Harry. Now's not the time.
Does the game automatically lock the camera onto the monster thing?
Yeah.
Well, locks your aim, yes.
Not necessarily a wide circle, but a tighter circle, I suppose, so that you can avoid the lightning as it strikes next to you, because you're not going to outrun it just by running straight. As you can see,
Well,
it's
yeah,
sort
because
of-
lightning's made out of light. It's really fast. I have to make turns so it won't hit me.
I got a juke and jive.
That sounds
Like
like
my old
the
college
that sounds
football
like that
days.
thing where you're supposed to zigzag to run away from a crocodile because it won't be able to follow you. Like it's
I was the star linebacker in the Buffalo Bervermets.
In any case, the only really difficult things about this boss are that the lightning bolts hit like lightning-shaped trucks. I didn't mean to do that. And and the sheer amount of health this asshole has. Like, I'm unloading my rifle shots into him, and I barely use the rifle at all against anything in this game. So I've got a lot of rifle ammo, and I'm already out.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were out or you weren't hitting it at all.
Yeah. In any case, I am now using the shotgun.
So what happens if you run out of ammo?
yeah. Can you reach him with your melee weapon?
I just barely didn't have enough rifle ammo to kill him with that, so I had to switch to the shotgun.
Yeah.
You killed me.
Is there a way to hit him with your melee just in case?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can.
Probably, but I wouldn't really try it.
Hey man, you got to do that knife-only run to prove how much better you are
Hey,
than everyone
okay.
else at video games.
You say that as a joke, but I beat the final boss of 3 with melee weapons. There's actually an unlockable you get for doing that, so I had to do it.
Why are you a load-bearing boss?
It's more like the other world is starting to collapse now that the god is gone.
Yeah, a load-bearing
Yeah, so he's
boss.
a load-bearing boss.
Well, load-bearing in another sense.
Should I be doing something?
Standing there with your mouth open like a moron is technically something, but is it something productive? No, not really.
Mazel tov.
That's not the kind of load I meant. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. Small human in my
You
hands.
dropped quite the load here.
Wait, I have to change diapers again? I thought I was done with this.
I heard very differently how this was supposed to work in sex ed.
Yeah.
I thought that making the baby was supposed to be the fun part.
So yeah, this is the good ending, where Alessa, instead of giving you Cheryl back, gives you a reincarnated version of her, which technically means it is Cheryl, but isn't. And that's where Heather Mason came from.
I'm going to name you Cheryl, too.
So in the bad ending, do you get the old Cheryl back?
No.
You just get no one, I think.
You kill Alessa / Cheryl and don't get either of them back.
Oh,
Because you had to fight them as the boss instead of the god.
okay.
Still kind of fucked up, though, because you still lose Cheryl,
Yeah.
Yeah.
regardless. The Cheryl you knew. I mean, how old was she before she disappeared?
7.
7?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's still a long time.
And you have to go
know.
through the worst part of... Well, technically he doesn't have to go through teenage years twice, but he has to go through the terrible 2s again. So, you know.
Kaufman, I hope whatever hell she drags you down to involves pineapples.
Up the ass?
Just
No,
to
that's
start.
not at all what I was implying. Anyway,
I saw that movie too. Shut up, Harry.
they almost don't make it to the exit that Alessa pointed out to them. But as the place is collapsing, Alessa actually uses her psychokinetic powers for the first time that we can actually see in-game, and prevents the debris from falling onto them.
Do they ever do more with the, like, since Heather is...
Heather
Cheryl
is reincarnated
/
Alessa, so she gradually regains Alessa's memories as the game goes on.
Does she get to use psychic powers in that game, or...
No.
Lame. Oh, well.
She's not Pothead the Human.
She does get a katana and a giant spike maul, which is better than psychic
I
powers.
guess, but... Like, psychic powers are the best superpowers you can get. Like, being able to lift crap with your brain, like, that is so useful. Especially if
Yeah, but they never tell you about the aneurysms.
What?
Or the aneurysms.
What?
Or the aneurysms.
So, that was Silent Hill. Our heroes run into the foggy sunset or sunrise, or maybe it was the midday. I don't know. I can't
It was
actually
quite noisy.
can't actually see the sun, so I don't know what time of day it is. But they run off triumphantly into the fog, and eventually escape.
You know, he just has to explain to his neighbors why his kid is 7 years younger now. But, you know, that won't be awkward.
Well, apparently on the birth certificate it was written as Benjamin Button. I had no idea.
They never do explain how Harry Mason is allowed to keep yet another abandoned baby. I mean, he just lost one, gained another.
I know many lawyers.
That would look kind of suspicious to most people.
Yeah, I know. It's like, what happened to your daughter? I don't know, but I have a new one now.
She shrunk.
I'm gonna name
I
her
left her
Cheryl
in the dryer
Jr.
too long.
Now, Harry, if you lose this one, we're not gonna let you get another one, okay? You have to prove you're responsible.
In any case, yeah, that's how that ends, and it kind of doesn't go anywhere from here until Silent Hill 3. I mean, it was so weird that after this game, what we got was a sequel that was originally supposed to be a spin-off. Silent Hill 2 sort of Resident Evil 3'd its way into prominence. But, you know, Silent Hill 2 doesn't pick up after 1 in any sense.
So you're saying Silent Hill 2 is
chronology.
like the Halloween 3.
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, it's weird in that it's actually, it's not really that weird. It might be because it's not as connected to 1 that it became so successful, because people who didn't play the original could jump into it without, you know, being confused or anything
That's
like that.
probably part of it, but it also means that for people who did play 1, they had to wait 2 games to get any sort of resolution on this shit. So,
I mean, sort of. There is a resolution here.
and that kind of hazy resolution that...
It's still a resolution. I like it better than the Halo 2 or God of War 2 method of, there's definitely a third game coming. We're not going to resolve any plot points. You better wait for the next game.
Yep.
That, you see, that always bothers me when a lot of stuff does it. It's just that
Now,
we know we're successful enough
hang on
to
a
make
sec.
2 more
This
sequels.
FMV here is actually... when you boot the game up the first time, blindly, that scene with Sybil and Harry is a scene with Harry and his wife. The scene with Sybil replaces the scene with the wife in the intro if you've gotten the good ending plus scene before.
Wait,
Co-starring...
is this supposed to be a
bloopers.
blooper re-
This is a
Co-starring Michael Goffman.
Yeah. So, we get a staff roll through the blooper reel.
In addition to Sybil Bennett.
Yeah. You'll look at this if you get the good ending plus, I think. And that is the most character Cheryl ever gets.
Cheryl!
I would love at the end of all of this, the demons are actually real.
And here's our lightly toasted Alessa, here to give us a happy thumbs up. I'm okay. I'm not all the way dead yet.
And Baphomet as Baphomet.
Dahlia's is the best.
What? Oh, wait, you're recording? Oh!
Yeah. That's scarier than anything in the game.
Was she
Now, you remember
drinking the red
when-
stuff?
Do you remember when Harry got up after waking up from a nightmare in the diner? Whoops! I slipped.
So this was all mocapped.
Yeah.
no,
Wait, what?
To an
they
extent
probably
it
just
was. To an
animated it for
no,
fun.
to an extent it was, but no, even back then they were doing mocap for stuff.
Really?
Ah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's easier to get the basic motions down than trying to put every frame there.
Rigorously trying to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got 201 out of 204 items. Actually, that should be 202, because the item counter is glitched. The Aglophagus, I think it was the Aglophagus in the hospital, doesn't trigger its own count. So the most you'll ever get to see that counter is 203. I
Oh,
missed two
that's
items.
infuriating.
that's-
I
know, right?
pitch a fit.
Your rank is many stars.
It's just like permanently only being able to get 99% is irritating.
Yeah, but I only missed 2 items, so I'm unhappy.
Well, gosh, that over.
Is it okay to save? Won't step on your toes. If
I was like, yeah, I think it is.
So do you get anything special for like getting 100% items or anything like that, or is
I'm
it
not
just for
sure.
being in the game?
But I know that they showed you the items that you gained access to with your current rank. The blue amulet that you saw in the back there was actually the item you need to unlock the UFO ending in New Game Plus, which is great. You have to go around to specific locations and do a thing, and then you get abducted by aliens. I love X-Files.